Greg said that if the season started today, you would be that QB1 out there. How important is it for you to get those first team reps here in this joint training camp?
Yeah, it's really important. I think number one, just because it's a new offense, there's a lot of new guys. And so just continuing to kind of push forward and make sure we're getting through the install. And so I think that's first and foremost, and then just getting to know each other, players to coaches, vice versa, and continuing just to kind of push it and see, what are we going to be good at? What are things we can focus on? And so, it was really good to get that work today.
What did you like about today, and what did you not like about today?
Well, I think it was competitive, and it was, something different. I think you're at that point in training camp now that, we're not all the way through the install, but a lot of the way through it, probably the meat of it is in. And so being able to go against somebody else and see, stylistically that defense is a little bit different than ours. And so you see some different things and compete against different players. And then obviously a couple turnovers that, you don't want to have. And so those are, the things you can eliminate and take away from it. But like I said, really good work.
So what have you thought of Joe so far in camp, Joel?
He's awesome, man. Just so steady and walked in and knew how to be a pro right away. He's about his business and works really hard. And I think he's learning from Rashawn and Trey and some of those older guys. So he's a great guy to have. And, we're excited to have him.
Did anything about the Rams defense stand out to you today or surprise you? You look like the D-line was kind of getting some pressure today, too.
They played hard. They played fast. I wouldn't say surprised us. No, it was – it's pro football, and, it's like a game, right? There's ups and downs. And so it was – and Gift Smith being over there, we know they're going to be well coached. So it was good to see him. But, yeah, they played really hard and did some good things. And, like I said, it was really good work for us.
Easton, you mentioned, sort of at the back end of the install here over the next couple of weeks, it's sort of going to be honing in. Greg mentioned possibly tweaking the offense to figure out exactly what you guys want to do well. With Justin out and not practicing, as you guys hone in, make those tweaks, how important is the communication going to be, with Justin in the film room so that when he comes back, in 2 weeks that he can sort of hit the ground running?
Yeah, it will be important. And he's been really good. He's really active in those things. And I think he's grown a ton in that area of understanding and now being in, multiple offenses. He's had a lot of experience and reps, and so understands what he likes and what he doesn't like, and then being able to combine those experiences with Giro's experiences and kind of place it all together. But he's been really good in the meetings.
Easton, with that in mind, this may be a silly question. When you're on the field and you're getting this input from Justin in the meeting rooms, do you try to apply things so that way the rest of the offense can have a feel for how Justin might play, or do you just simply do your game?
Yeah, I think with certain things, like with maybe how Justin would communicate, a certain cadence or, something along those lines. Not necessarily once the ball is snapped. I can't play like Justin. There are very few people in the world that can do what Justin Herbert does. And so after the ball is snapped, we're just playing. But I think, trying to make sure that I'm communicating the way Justin will so that everybody's on the same page.
On more of a mentorship role when it comes to Casey?
It's been fun. Him and Max. Yeah, getting to know those guys and just trying to be a sounding board as best I can and, help them out when I can. But, it's a good group, and I think it's important to have a good room. In our room, you spent all of these, obviously, one guy plays, and so it's tough, but the closer that room can be, I think the better. And so Casey's done a really good job, Max has done a good job, and it's a fun room.
You said it's fun. What are those personalities like?
Everybody's a little bit different, which is nice. And Casey being, new to us, obviously the three of us spent time a year ago, and so Casey kind of being new to it, getting to know him a little bit, and so there's some fun banter and continuing to get to know each other.
Easton, how important are these reps for you over the next 2 weeks, both in practice and in games, in terms of your growth as a player?
Oh, really important. You can't, there's nothing beats reps. You can sit there and watch tape and talk about it and all that stuff, but, it's football and it never goes exactly how you expect it to. And so nothing beats the reps, and grateful to be getting those right now. And like I said, my job is just to continue to push this thing forward, make sure the offense is moving forward, and we're getting ready for the season as far as installation and getting on the same page.
How beneficial are joint workouts like this because you're going against true ones where when you start in the preseason. In the past, it was a mix of, 2s and 3s.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I think just going against somebody else, right? Just a different style of defense, different players. You're not seeing each other every day. There's no scouting going on for this stuff. You're just kind of going out there and you're playing and reacting. And so those are real experiences, real reps, and really beneficial.
You've been, with Justin for his entire career, from Shane to Joe to Kellen, now to Greg. Like, how valuable is that you've been there through all of these different offenses together, so that when you're going through this process, like right now where Justin's not in, that you guys can, harken back to all of these different offenses, and you've been there, together the entire time?
Yeah, I think being able just to speak the same language, and he has experiences that I can recall, and I've got experiences that he can recall, and kind of get on the same page and be able to communicate like, hey, we ran this play. It's really similar. This is how we ran it before. This is how we're running it now, and kind of figuring out the nuances. And then, there's stuff that he really likes and that we really like. And then there's scars, right? And so being able to talk through those things and work all that stuff out is helpful. Especially, we got skins on the wall together. We've done this a long time. So the good, bad, and the ugly, I think it's been really good.
When you say scars, what do you mean?
Stuff that like, hey, this play didn't go as well as you wanted, and so, okay, hey, we don't want to run it this way because this, you had a bad experience with the play. And so sometimes,
2020, we ran a similar play.
exactly. And so, and then you work it out like, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. And you go back and forth and you find the best way to do it.